Lever House, 1952. Carol mentioned Lever House, and no, I did not work on the original Lever House, but I did work on the restoration. The project was completed in 1952, and as you can see here, this is a 1952 view of Lever House. And I particularly like this, not only because of the superimposition of the cars in the foreground, but also the imposition of the various masonry buildings, this one here, the apartment buildings in the area, and the kind of change that Lever House brought to Park Avenue and then to architecture, American architecture in general. The massive siting of Lever House, although Lever House is not thought of necessarily as a sustainable or environmentally conscious building, if we go down our checklist, our LEED checklist, we can see many aspects that are reflected in Lever House. First of all, the response to the site. It's an urban site, close to public transportation. It could be construed as being a brownfield site, built over railroad tracks, reclaimed and constructed over railroad tracks. The basic site is, of course, one where the building is lifted above the site, creating open space, creating some green space in a center courtyard, reflectance with a light-colored pavement, and then the siting of the tower itself with its face perpendicular to Park Avenue and slightly to the north to allow light to come down onto the street. To be able to bring light into this area and then down into the courtyard is so tremendously different than the massing that not only the older buildings held in this area, but many of the buildings that followed Lever House marching down Park Avenue south of it like a procession of wedding cakes. Very significant in our sustainable design are the concepts of daylighting and views. Certainly here's an example of one of the early views of the office floor. They could have done better with the selection of file cabinets, but all in all, it's a very open and airy floor. The core is pushed to the west side of the building, leaving for most of the office floor plate an office floor plate that is glazed on three sides without a core interruption, and having windows on all three sides, and was planned with a modular glazed interior layout such that there were always views to the exterior. Obviously very important for sustainable design. While the roof of Lever House at the third floor with the cafeteria, the corporate cafeteria in this position, may not fit the current criteria of a vegetated roof. Nonetheless, this was a roof that was planted with trees, with flowers, with glow bushes, so that people can walk this roof and enjoy that, and also to mitigate against the heat buildup of having this kind of black roof. I love this one. This was not Casual Friday at Lever House. This is absolutely true that these spaces for recreation were included on the roof. This is modernism. This is the philosophy of modernism, the philosophy of the paternalistic corporation, by which this individual wearing pearls and high heels could play shuffleboard at lunchtime. And this is actually true. When I started with SOM in the late 1970s, we were at 400 Park Avenue, and we could look down onto the roof of Lever House and see people playing shuffleboard at lunchtime, with the vegetation separating them from Park Avenue.